Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we will discuss male pattern baldness and also its genetics. So what is male pattern baldness? It is loss of hairs from front and top of head scalp. Means it is loss of hairs from this portion, this front and top of head. So from this portion, loss of hair from this portion in human males is called male pattern baldness. In case of humans, when hair are lost from this portion, this front and top, this portion is called male pattern baldness. And what is cause of this male pattern baldness? The cause is genetics. So genetics is behind this male pattern baldness, but it is not only genetics, other environmental factor like stress, nutrition and medications also plays role in male pattern baldness. So it is strongly genetic, but other factor also plays the role. It is this male pattern baldness, it is thought to be polygenic. Means more than one gene are involved in male pattern baldness. It is not caused by single gene. It is thought to be polygenic, means more than one gene. There are many genes that causes male pattern baldness. A gene named AR gene, that is called androgen receptor gene. It is strongly associated with male pattern baldness, this gene, and this gene is found on X chromosome. And we know that human male inherit its X chromosome from mother. Male inherits X chromosome from mother. It is found that the person who has this AR gene has more than twice chances of male pattern baldness than who don't have that gene. So the person who has that gene has more than twice the chance of male pattern baldness. What it shows? It shows that this gene is strongly associated with male pattern baldness. But it is not only the gene that is responsible for male pattern baldness. There are other genes also. A study in 2017 found that there are 63 genes that are responsible for male pattern baldness, and out of them only 6 are found on X chromosome. What does it show? It shows that it is not only the X chromosome that is responsible for genes of X chromosome that are responsible for male pattern baldness. There are other genes, these 63 genes, out of them 6 are found. The remaining 57 are found on other chromosomes. Another study shows that 80% of people who has male pattern baldness had a father who also has male pattern baldness. Means 80%. We took 100 people and we found that in 100, 80% that has male pattern baldness had a father who also has male pattern baldness. What does it shows? It shows that there are genes. You can say that it shows that inheritance of male pattern baldness is from father to son. Means genes are on Y chromosome. So now we have data. One data shows that this AR gene is responsible for male pattern baldness and it is found on X chromosome. So there are genes that are present on X chromosome. Another data shows that in 63 genes, 6 are found on X chromosome that are responsible for male pattern baldness, but 57 are present on other chromosomes, autosomes. So genes that are present on X chromosome, autosomes, and the third study shows that 80% of the person that shows male pattern baldness who had father with male pattern baldness. What does it shows? It shows that there are some genes on Y chromosome that are responsible for baldness. So by combining these three data, we can conclude that inheritance, or you can say the male pattern baldness, is strongly genetic and more than one gene are involved. There are many genes are involved, and these genes are present on X chromosome, Y, and also on autosomes. So it is polygenic. This trait is polygenic and also influenced by external environment. So male pattern baldness is polygenic. Many genes are involved in it. These genes, some of these genes are present on X chromosome, some are Y chromosome, and some other are on autosomes. So this is male pattern baldness. What is male pattern baldness? Loss of hairs from the top and front part of the head scalp. And this is due to genetic and external environment factor also plays the role, like stress, nutrition, medication. Its inheritance is thought to be polygenic. This gene is strongly associated with male pattern baldness. This is called androgen receptor gene. It is found on X chromosome. It is found that the person or the people who has AR gene has more than twice the chance of male pattern baldness than the people who don't have. So this suggests that this is strongly associated with male pattern baldness. A study in 2017 found that 63 genes are involved in male pattern baldness. Out of them, 6 are found on X chromosomes. Another study shows that 80% of the people who has male pattern baldness had a father who also has male pattern baldness. This data strongly suggests that the inheritance is from father to son. That means a gene that are present on Y chromosome also plays the role in male pattern baldness. And by combining these three data, we can conclude that inheritance of, or you can say MVP or development of MVP जो है strongly is genetic. This male pattern baldness is strongly genetic. Many genes are involved and these genes are found on X, Y, and also autosomes. So it is polygenic, also influenced by external environment. So this is male pattern baldness and its genetics.